Faith Forward Media. This is Healthcare Musings. I'm your host, Dr. Hashem Hasabala. Welcome to Healthcare Musings, everybody. Happy to have you with me. I first heard the song when I was watching a Disney fairy movie with my kids. The kids were younger and they loved those Disney fairy movies, and it was the one about the pirate fairy. And I heard it in the background. It was toward the end of the film, and it grabbed me immediately. Songs either grab me in the beginning or they don't. I either latch onto it or I don't. This one grabbed me and I latched onto it. It's a song, singing, melody, and everything. So I looked into it, and it was Natasha Bedingfield's song Weightless. And it immediately became part of the soundtrack of my group, the soundtrack of my grief, rather. It was about the world and fame and how it holds you down and it forces you to be someone you're not. Um, and it's like millions of balloons tethering you to the ground, and immediately made me think of my daughter, because she was weighed down by her illness. She had ataxia telangiectasia, which made her have cerebellar ataxia. She couldn't walk by the age of 6. She was in a wheelchair by the age of 9. She was sick all the time with bacterial infections, because ataxia telangiectasia also made her have severe immunodeficiency. And then the cancer came, and the chemotherapy, and she was miserable for 6 months. And then, unfortunately, she passed away 17 years ago, this month on June 7th. And as soon as she passed, all that weight was lifted. The chorus says, "Cut the strings and let me go," right? And then I'm weightless. And as soon as that happened, she was weightless. All of the weight of her illness and the suffering that she went through was gone. And I could imagine her flying up to the Lord's garden, where she would be celebrated. And she was finally free, but she left behind a father and mother devastated by her loss, weighed down by the grief of her loss, weighed down by that feeling of horror and that pain in the heart that never goes away. No matter how long, it's been 17 years now, and the pain has not gone away. Yes, we've had good times. Yes, the Lord has blessed us with so much good afterwards, so much ease. At the same time, it doesn't take much for that grief to come roaring back. It doesn't take much to close my eyes and put myself right there when I held her in my arms as she breathed her last. It doesn't take much for me to go back and close my eyes and imagine the dirt being poured on her casket. And so while she's weightless, I continue to be weighed down by the grief. I try not to live my life in agony and sadness. At the same time, there's no question that she's free, and I will always carry the weight of her loss for the rest of my life. And that song just really makes me think about her, and actually, makes me happy that she's now free from everything from which she suffered all those years in childhood. And now what I'm trying to do is to try to just put my head down, do the right thing, do right by my family, do right by the Lord, do right by my community, so that one day when I'm free, when I'm weightless, we can be together again. Me, her, our mom, our family, we can all be together, all be together again in eternal bliss, all of us weightless, free from the weight of the world, and in an eternal reunion together in the Lord's garden. So this song is definitely part of the soundtrack of my grief. And I listen to it a lot because it reminds me of her. And sometimes that grief just has to come out because it weighs a lot every single day. Thanks, everybody, for your time and attention, and I'll see you next time on Healthcare Musings. Thank you for listening. Sign up at healthcaremusings.com to get every episode delivered directly to your email. And please don't forget to leave a 5-star review. Thank you so much.